Hello and thank you for joining us. I am your entertainment host goari. Have you ever heard of world's smallest cinema? Well, it's right in London's backyard. Kate Otterbein went to see the theatre in all its tiny glory. An independently owned record store in Wortley Village takes customer on nostalgia trip through 75 years of music and rare relics. Let's throw it back to Arvind Pakulaba for more details. That's all for the entertainment this evening. Stay tuned until we return with anchor Nitika Mishra to hear all about how London Asian community celebrates the Lunar New Year.
This holiday, Porter Market is back for another year at Centennial Hall in downtown London. This is a 2 days market featuring thousands of pieces of function and decorative ceramics made by local artists. And none of them is made with mold and slip casting. The vendors actually use slabs and the foils. So they make a things which they feel like making, that's why it's very different.
These are made inside a cardboard spool, and then the legs are made by taking the clay and squeezing it like that in my fingers. So that's what gives it that bone look. What else can I tell you? These are done with laser cut wood that is pressed into the wet damp clay. Then when it's bisque fired, I underglaze the whole thing, let it dry, then wash it off under a running water tap and rub it so that the highlights just stay in the edges. Then come back, do a little bit of underglaze and a clear glaze over top.
A lot of handmade art and pottery pieces here that I've not seen before, so I'm having a great time. It's really interesting. They have a lot of different styles of pottery. I think it's really cool. I've got this little butter jar which I can take home with me today. I'm really enjoying it.
Everyone here is a member of the London Clay Arts Centre and the London Potters Guild. So everything here is locally made. It's all handmade. People's
made out of ceramics, so they're extruded in tubes and then cut into shape. And then the wire is made of a nickel chrome combination, so it's called nichrome wire. It's what we actually use to fire electric kilns. So you run a current through this, and the resistance creates heat. And because I knew it would be resistant to kiln temperatures, I decided to use nichrome wire in various market, and it's a great time. I'm having a blast. We have had a record turnout here this year, and yeah, we're all thrilled for the support from the community.
Well, I've been painting all of my life, ever since my middle teens, but
Jackson is a very famous painter and he did many home shows and travel around the Ontario to show up his art and for many exhibitions. His house is his own big painting. He considered his house as a art house because he put all of his painting at all over place and make his house very creative.
this one down here, that's an egg tempera, and that's a lady friend of mine, and is sitting in this chair looking out, and I asked her if she would pose for me afterwards. So this was the end result. So all of them are very, very similar. They're things that I see and I'm interested in them, but very seldom do I get the paintbrush out and start to work. They have to kind of mature like a soup.
Not only painting by himself, he also wanted to teach his art style to others. That's
Since the
why he
hallway,
also ran classes
a lot
in his
of
house.
originals. Yeah, the whole house is just totally filled with paintings. This one
This is the area where Ken done his all work,
then an outdoor
from
kitchen and
making a printout
gardens
of his
in the back,
paintings
an extension
and
onto
editing
the
it.
roof of the garage. So all of it is really it's one big painting that you keep adding to as time goes on, and it
For
might never
FNN,
be
my
done.
name is
And
Gauri.
maybe that's what it's all about.
In these harsh winters, for Londoners, coffee is the topmost way which help them to feel warm in the cold winter and also help their body to feel relaxed and comfortable. And especially for the students, it helped them to keep hustling all day.
Big fan of coffee. I at least have like 3 to 4 cups of coffee a day, and I usually go for the dark roast. And I think coffee is important in Canada because it's quite cold and it keeps you warm. And I drink coffee personally because it keeps me up all day.
And not only for students, but coffee binging is necessary at workplaces and especially for the outdoor security teams to help feel them warm and safe during the winter months.
And as you can see, it's fucking snowed. It's snowing really bad. But as you know, you gotta do the job, right? Well, thankfully we got a coffee over here. Thankfully we got Timmy's over here. So we can have a coffee whenever we want and keep ourselves warm. It's mandated if you're in Canada. You gotta have a coffee in your hand all the time, man.
But according to many studies, weather is not the only reason to get enough coffee. According to the cafe coffee culture in London, coffee is just not a coffee, it's an art. That's why Londoners love to drink coffee. For FNN, my name is Gauri.